Welcome back everyone to KW Ross Patterns. We are touching on the topic of algebra or even geometry that deals with coordinates. Okay, it's a topic about midpoint, and we are giving coordinates. One of two things that we can do: we can look at the question and we can use the midpoint formula and or we can just sketch it, or we can look at the coordinates and figure out the distance between them. So I'm going to start off first with the midpoint formula. So the midpoint formula is the midpoint of anything, and I'm just writing mid and point, the formula is x1 plus x2 divided by 2. All right, and then y1 plus y2 divided by 2, and that will be your coordinates for the midpoint of your location of a line. So let's start off first. We are going to label our coordinates as x1, y1, x2, y2. All right, and now let's plug it into our midpoint formula. Always start off with your formula, or else they will take points off if you're doing an exam. Formula is very important, so we know what's going on. Once we see the formula, we know that you know your stuff. Please start with your formula. Don't lose that 1 point for not writing your formula. Be thorough with your math. So x1 is 8 and x2 is 6, right? Divide by 2, comma, and then we have y1, which is 7, and we're gonna add that to negative 11. When we have a negative and positive, it's just going to be minus and divided by 2, and we have that. So midpoint here is going to be 14 divided by 2, comma, 7 minus 11, which is going to be negative 4. Negative 4 divided by 2, and when you have negative 4 divided by 2, you just have that, and the midpoint is going to be 7, comma, negative 2. All right, that's the midpoint of your line segment, of given your coordinates. Now, the other way that I wanted to show you is that you can plot it, right? You can plot this, and you notice because you have negative numbers here, you're coming from 7 to negative 11. You can either plot it, or you can just simply go ahead and just figure out how many units are in between. So if you want to start with plotting it, and we know on our y we can start at 7 up here. All right, actually let's start 7 here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is your origin, which is 0. All right, I'm just drawing this for you guys. And so you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. You have negative 1, negative 2. You just number them. 4, negative 4, negative 5. You can do alternate. Negative 7, negative 9, negative 11. So we know it's negative 10 here. Negative 8, negative 6, and negative 4. So our coordinate for A is at 8, 7. 8, 7 is right here. This is A. And the 6, negative 11 is right here for B. You can draw a line, all right? You can draw a line for that. Draw a line through here. Okay, that's your line segment. Now, what I can suggest also, this is what I would do. You can create a triangle. You know, between here and here, there are 2 points between 11 and 0. Negative 11 and 0 is 11. And then between 0 and a point, that is 7. So add these total, it will be 18. Half of 18 is 9, so we need to go 9 spaces up or 9 down. 9 down, this is at 7, so 2 is right here. And then if we need to, this is 2 units across. Half of that is just 1. So our coordinate is right here. Our midpoint is going to be right here. This is our midpoint. Right? So 2 ways of doing it. And your midpoint right there is going to be at 7, -2. So that's one way of finding it out. Now, if you don't know, don't want to plot it, you just simply look at the difference here between your coordinates. So you are at, say, let's start out with our x coordinates, right? Our x coordinates there, you're at 8 for your x and 6. So the difference between 8 and 6, so you're going to do 8 minus 6. So you'll have 8 minus 6 for A is just 2 units. Okay, 2 units right there. And then for your B, the difference between -11 and 7, right? You're looking at this, you're coming down 7 spaces to 0, and then 11 spaces down, so 7 plus 11 right here is going to be simply between, the difference here is going to be 18 units. All right, so you'll have 18 units there. So for the from 7 to minus 11, right, because you're minusing. So these 2 is going to turn into a plus. So it's 7 plus 11. That will be 18 units right there. And so half of 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. And then you have your other one here, which 2 divided by this is 18 units. 18 divided by 2 is 9. But you're not done. You're not going to use these 2 numbers right here. What you're going to do next is that you're going to say to yourself, from that original unit that you have, you are at, let's take B, a B value, not the original, your B1 that you have, which is 6, right? It's 2 units between them. So half of the 2 units between them is going to be 7. So you're going to be located at your x value. X value, right, is the difference between those is 2. So you just need 1 space over. So it's between the 2, between the 8 and 6 is going to be 7. All right, and then for your, that's for your A, for your A value. So looking at your Y value now, right, you're looking at 18 units difference. So you can literally do 9 units from the top, which would be taking you down past the 0 to 2 units below, which would be -2. Or you can look from the -18 and go 9 units up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 up, which will take you to -2 also. And so you know that your coordinates right there would be your 7, -2. And you can label that as your C, which would be in between. All right, so that's it for midpoint, and I will see you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye now.